this thing out. It's called a jewsophone or a jawsophone. It's a acoustic amplifier for your jaw harp. You put a jaw harp in here, you clamp it in, and a little megaphone makes it louder. Check this out. I'm going to explain to you how a jaw harp works. It's just like basic acoustics. So there's a reed, you can see right here, it vibrates, and then you use your teeth like a bridge on a guitar, and your mouth and your throat and your lungs and your diaphragm, all that is the resonating chamber for this vibrating reed to amplify. So your mouth amplifies it. It's just like a string on a guitar. Here's the sound hole, which would be your mouth, ah. Then here's the string, which would be like the guitar, or sorry, like the reed on the jaw harp. When you pluck it, this resonating chamber amplifies the sound of the string. The same thing with the jaw harp. This reed is being amplified by your mouth. And then you can change the sound by opening and closing your throat and changing the amount of space in your mouth so there's less or more space for the sounds to vibrate, and it'll manipulate the length of the sound waves. Folks, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of the jaw harp, specifically the history of the name jaw harp, and some of the different names for it and where they come from. There's a lot of information here. I'm going to try my best to condense it in these 3 minutes. I highly encourage you to look up the stuff after to confirm and do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. I'm not a music historian. And also just look it up. It's interesting. Anyways, there's a lot of different names for jaw harp in English and all these different languages in the world. There's the jaw harp, the Jew's harp, the mouth harp, the juice harp, like orange juice. They call it that because you drool when you play sometimes. And then like there's the Vargan, the Gimbard, there's all these different names. They all translate to jaw harp or mouth harp, jaw harp, you know. The Jew's harp specifically has an interesting history, and I want to talk about that. First of all, I want to clarify saying I'm not Jewish, and I cannot speak on behalf of Jewish folks, and I cannot speak on behalf of whether or not the term Jew's harp is anti-Semitic or not. I don't know. I can't say that it is, but I err on the side of precaution and respect that calling it the Jew's harp can be confusing and can be offensive depending on who you're talking to. So I just call it the jaw harp or the mouth harp. It's just more specific, it makes more sense, and I don't have to worry about accidentally saying something offensive. Some of the reasons why it's called the Jew's harp, though, are very interesting. And so nobody knows actually exactly why it's called it. So there's theories. One theory is that Jewish merchants used to sell the jaw harp in old Europe, like hundreds of years ago. I actually don't know whether or not that's true, but it makes sense. They very well could have. So by association, they might have called it the Jew's harp. Another theory is that, this one I also don't know. I actually am more skeptical about this one, but that Jews is Old English for jaw. You know, maybe. I don't know. I don't think there's any documented evidence that says that. I looked up Old English translations. I didn't find anything that supported that, but maybe. Some of these theories I read in this book called Jews Harps in England and Ireland. Anyways, the third theory is that Jews trump, Joues, I believe, Trump, like Donald Trump. That's a French translation and also an old English translation for Jawharp. The reason why trump is because the overtones for the Jawharp and controlling your throat when you're playing the Jawharp is similar to when you're playing a trumpet. And then Jews trump in French, I believe, means toy trumpet. But one reason why they stopped calling it the trump back in like the couple hundred years ago in England is because Trump used to mean fart, which is so funny. Anyways, look up the stuff on your own, do your own research, and tell me what you find out. I'm in a public restroom at the Jaw Harp, sounds crazy. Here's one of my biggest ones. Here's the tiniest one in comparison. Now watch this. Put a magnet in the trigger, turns into a bass harp. Here's a quick tour of different jaw harps from different parts of the globe. This one is a Moi Vietnamese jaw harp. This next one is an Indian morchang made in Rajasthan, India. This one is a Hungarian Doromb. I've messed up that pronunciation. This one is a Russian Vargan. This one is a Nepalese murchunga. This one is a Norwegian Munnharpe. This one is an Estonian Parmupill. This one is an American Jaw Harp. And last is this one, made in Slovakia.
What is going on with this teeny tiny jaw harp? This is a jaw harp from northeast China, I believe. I'm not sure what exact area, but we have a curved trigger or bent trigger right here. No loop. Very flexible, fairly melodic. I like it. Requires a really gentle handling or I'll get clicks. I'm probably going to get clicks anyways because I'm not that precise of a player, but let's see where we go with it. I'm just going to open and close my glottis and do some breathing, move my tongue up and down, and just kind of drift around.
What is that? Well, I know I already answered your question in the comments, but I figured I'd do a video just in case someone else wants to know. This is a jaw harp. It's a very simple but very ancient instrument going back over 3,000 years. And it's essentially just a couple pieces of metal or wood with a little tongue here that you flip with your finger. The top part sits on your top teeth, the bottom part sits on your bottom teeth. There's a little gap in between, and that's where this little tongue vibrates when you flip it, and the resonance of your mouth and your throat make a nice sound that you can change by the way you breathe or the way you move your tongue. These used to be really popular in Appalachian folk music, but they've kind of gone out of style, but maybe we can bring them back. So here's what it sounds like. Anyway, they're very cheap, very fun, and you have to try it out.